There's this secret weapon, one that can totally transform your business. And guess what? You already have it. Yep. Today, we are unlocking that power. We're talking simple data and how it's going to become your absolute best friend for growth.
So let me ask you something. Are you kind of running your business on a hunch? Just a feeling? Guessing what to stock or when your busiest hours are going to be, or even where your customers are coming from? Hey, look, you're not alone in that at all. But I promise you, there is a much better way.
This is it. This is the whole point. We're moving from just guessing to actually knowing, from hunches to hard facts. It's about making those big decisions with a ton of confidence, the kind you only get when you know the numbers have your back. So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to pull back the curtain on what business data really is. Then, you'll see it in action with a really cool story. After that, we'll give you a super simple toolkit so you can start like today. Then, we'll figure out what all those numbers mean, and we'll wrap up with a simple 1 week challenge. You in? All right, let's dive into section 1. First things first, that word, data. I get it. It can sound a little intimidating, right? Like it's only for giant tech companies. But it's really not. Seriously, for your business, data is just the story your sales and customers are trying to tell you every single day. And here's the crazy part. You probably have all this info in your head already. Data is just the simple answers to simple questions, like how many customers do you have? What sells the best? When do people usually buy from you? It's just who buys, what they buy, and when. That's it. That's the big, scary data we're talking about. Not so scary now, huh? Okay, so to really see how powerful this stuff can be, I've got to tell you a story. It's about a woman named Ma Agnes who sells pepper soup in Monrovia. Her journey is the perfect example. I mean, it just perfectly captures the kind of change we're talking about here. Now, before she started tracking anything, Ma Agnes was basically flying blind. She'd cook the same amount of soup every single day, just a total shot in the dark. And you can guess what happened, right? She'd run out of the good stuff during a rush, leaving money on the table, or she'd be stuck with a bunch of leftover food on a slow day. Her sales were just flat, and she felt totally stuck. But then she started just writing things down for 1 month. And let me tell you, the difference was like night and day. You see it here. On the one hand, you've got guesswork and waste. On the other, real, actual growth. She discovered her busiest time was between 6 and 8 p.m. She figured out that Fridays were 3 times busier than other days. And get this, her goat soup was outselling beef 2 to 1. She took that knowledge and it changed everything. So, what was the impact of all these little informed changes? Matt Agnes increased her profits by a whopping 40%. 40. And it wasn't by working harder, it was by working smarter. All because she listened to the story her data was telling her. All right, now it's your turn. And I promise you do not need any fancy software or some accounting degree to get this started. No way. Look, you can start tracking this stuff like this afternoon with tools you already have. I'm talking a basic notebook and a pen, the Notes app on your phone, a simple spreadsheet, Google Sheets is free, even the Labels feature in WhatsApp Business. Any of these will work perfectly. So what does this look like in the real world? It's this simple. Every time you make a sale, you just jot it down. The date, what you sold, how much it was for, and maybe a little note about the customer. First time here or regular. This simple little habit, over time, it builds an absolute goldmine of information. And hey, if you're on WhatsApp Business, you can use labels to sort your customers right inside the app. Just think about it. Imagine being able to see, at a glance, how many new customers you got this week compared to your loyal repeat buyers. I mean, that's powerful stuff. It's real, actionable data, and it costs you nothing. It's totally free. Okay, so you've started collecting some info. That's fantastic. But, collecting the data, that's only half the battle. The real magic happens when you start to understand what the numbers are actually trying to say. First up is the big one, revenue. All this is the total amount of money your business brings in from sales. Period. That's it. before you take out any costs. And just by tracking this, daily, weekly, whatever, you can start to see the real rhythm of your business. Are you growing, shrinking, staying the same? Next, we've got profit margin. Think of this like a health score for your business. It tells you which of your products are really making you the most money. Because, look, a product might be a bestseller, but if it costs a ton to make, its profit margin could be teeny tiny. This number, this is what helps you focus on what's actually good for your bottom line. And boom! A simple chart like this one can show you instantly what your customers want the most. I mean, look at this example. It's crystal clear that goat soup is the star of the show. Now, that doesn't mean you stop selling the others, of course, but it tells you exactly what to stock up on and maybe what to feature in your next promo. And what about marketing? Where should you put your time and energy? Well, a chart like this answers that question for you. Right here, WhatsApp is clearly the biggest driver of sales by a long shot. So you know instantly that what you're doing there is working. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to double down on that channel. Okay, we have covered a lot, but let's bring it all home and make this real with a simple, totally doable challenge. Let's make this the week you officially start your own data-driven journey. Now listen, don't try to track everything at once. That's a recipe for disaster. For the next 7 days, just pick one thing. That's it, just one. It could be how many customers you get each day, or maybe what your single best-selling product is, or even which day of the week brings in the most cash. Pick one, write it down in your notebook at the end of each day. It'll take you less than 2 minutes, I swear, and I guarantee you will learn something surprising. And here's a really powerful idea I want you to take with you. Your data, it tells you what is happening. For example, sales dropped on Tuesday. Okay, that's the what. Your job as the expert, as the business owner, is to get curious and figure out why. Was it a holiday? Did it rain all day? Did your competitor run a big sale? The why? That's where the real game-changing insights are hiding. So I'll leave you with this. Your business is already talking to you. Right now, it's telling you exactly what it needs to grow. It's speaking in the language of sales, of customers, of time. All you have to do is start listening. So my question to you is, what's the first secret it's going to tell you? Go find out.